Պարոն Մանուկյանի անունը հայկյանքի կապված է 50 տարիների վեր եւ ես կրնամս եմ, որ Վասկեն դեհապարի հետ միասին պարոն Մանուկյանը ոչ թե դարվա մարդն է, ոչ թե դասնամյակի մարդն է, այլ թարուն մարդ է, որովհետև 20-րդ դարի երկրորդ կիսում վրա անցկացած է անչնչելի դրոշտ եւ քանիք սերունդները պիտի հիշեն իր վաստակը, իր աստեցությունը եւ իրեն օրինակով այս վարժարանի աշակերտները սկսյալ ըլլան իրավ հայրենասերներ, սիրեն հայրենիքը, սիրեն հայ եկեղեցին, ծառայեն հայասկին անսակար կերպով, առանց որևէ հաշիվի։
Գխորիմ, թե 1906 թվականին նեղոսիապերուն ծնունդ արած, կազմավորված հայ բարեգործական ընդհանուր միությունը կարծեք թե ստեղծված էր Ալեք Մանուկյանին համար, որովհետև ան դիրական նախագահը դարձավ այդ ամբողջ այդ միության ողջ յանքի տարածքի վրա։
Back in the 1990s, when my father was asked to go ahead and make a small donation for the school here in Canoga Park, it was through the kind gesture of Manoogian-Simone. And at the time my father said, you know, this is your school, I do not want to be associated with it, I want to keep the Manoogian name on it. And Louis said, no, Sarkisian said that you can have your name, I have no problem if you share your name with our family. Even though the Manoogians were the major benefactors of the school, they had no problem sharing in the glory, and this has become a glorious school.
So while my grandfather really was very focused on initiating and seeing that schools were built in America for Armenian schools, my mother then was very concerned about the quality. She was very focused on making sure all these schools and strove for excellence. And so for her, it was about the standards. And she, took my grandfather's vision to another level in trying to make these schools the best that they could be. And she was always focused on making sure that the kids would have the best education, they could then go to the best institutions, and they would have all the opportunities. Of course, my grandfather believed in that too, but my mother was much more focused because he had already established schools in places focused on that aspect of it. And AGBU MDS has done this beautifully. It's always been a source of pride that the school has done so well, that the kids have been so happy, and that they have thrived here. And so it's really a great realization of both their dreams, both my grandfather in seeing that the schools are established, and my mother in seeing that they thrive. So it's really a wonderful thing to see.
Day school began in 1976, and after a few years, enrollment increased dramatically, and it had to relocate to a rented facility on Haynes Avenue in Canoga Park. But the main transition or turning point for the school was the year 1986, when Mr. Alex Manoogian and the community purchased this school complex from the Los Angeles Unified School District and relocated the school to this campus to this site on July the 1st, 1986.
I first came to meet Mr. Manoogian, I believe, in 1989. At that time, we had plans to expand the school and add the high school and the gymnasium part of the school. And we had plans made to do that project. At that time, we had only $5 million, which was mostly provided by the Manoogian family. And I just made the statement, Mr. Manoogian, I guarantee that this can be built. If not, I will put the difference. Of course, I could not have paid that kind of money. I did not even have the funds at that time, but I made the bold statement, and Mr. Manoogian trusted in us, says, go ahead and start the project. Mr. Manoogian, once he believed in something, he supported you all the way.
We have to be thankful to those people who had the foresight to believe into the school, believe in an Armenian school education, believe in the community, the teachers, the founders, the principals, and work with an institution in its infancy stage to become the 45-year middle-aged school that we are today. We have to think about how grateful we are to them in believing into a concept, an idea, and sticking with it, so that today we have students thriving in an educational institution on their behalf because of their backs, their hard work, and their initial core belief in this school when they had no idea what 45 years later would look like.
We're so grateful for the Manoogian-Simone family for their unwavering support of our school over the past 4 decades. From Alec and Miri Manoogian's original vision of an Armenian education and the planting of a seed in a small building behind St. Peter Church, to the support of our growth through Louis Simone's leadership, and now today we are humbled by the continued inspiration of Chris Simone's commitment to our school, our culture, our heritage, as we build on that deep-rooted foundation.
Our children are very important, because without our children, without their future, we will be lost. We want our youth to be proud of their nation. And AGBU is doing that.